Hey guys, Andy back here from Mediocre Hobbies. Today's video, I want to talk to you and show you one of the most underrated tools, in my opinion, in the miniature hobby world. That to me is the humble transfer. Most box of miniatures these days will come with a stunning transfer sheet, and most of the time, after a person has finished constructing the models, they'll take the box, instructions, and the transfer sheet, and they'll put them straight in the bin. To me, this is an absolute travesty. I've been using transfers for about 2 years now on a lot of different things, and I found they really make a miniature pop if you know how to put them on correctly and make them blend into your miniature properly. So that is what I'm hopefully going to show you guys today. Stick around to the end of the video and check out some of the other miniatures that I have applied transfers to, and let me know what you think. Enjoy the video, guys. Okay, so the transfers that I'm going to be applying is this beautiful Necromunda transfer sheet that was released by Games Workshop a couple of months back. It's got some absolutely stunning transfers on it, from wanted posters to raggedy old numbers to sector designations. So that sector designation is exactly the one that I'm going to use to show you in this video. So step one is to carefully cut out the transfer you would like to use from the sheet. I recommend a sharp scalpel and have a cutting mat under the sheet like I have here. And no, the band-aid is not from cutting out transfers, that's from something else. Just be super careful cutting this out. Like I said, you want to use a sharp scalpel to do it. And quick poke to pull it out. And there we have it. So this is the transfer that I'm going to use for this video. Now for the secret weapon of my videos. This is Micro Sol and Micro Set. These are basically two bottles that help you apply transfers beautifully. No hard work, just these two bottles. They're quite cheap to get your hands on. I do recommend you go out there and get your hands on these tools. They are fantastic. So next thing you want to do is get the transfer sheet and the area which you want to apply the transfer sheet. So I'm going to apply the first transfer here. So I'm going to put some Micro Set onto the wall. This will help me slide the transfer from the sheet onto the wall and then slide it around the wall into the correct position that I want it to finish up on. Very simple, very easy. Now you want to grab the transfer with a tweezer. It makes it a lot easier for applying to the wall from here and sliding the transfer from the backing paper onto the miniature. And then once again, I'm going to cover the transfer in the Micro Sol. Super easy process. The next thing I usually do is lie the transfer flat. I soak my brush in the Micro Sol and I just slowly caress the transfer until it starts to shift from the backing paper. So you're not trying to put a lot of pressure on it. You don't want to tear the transfer or anything like that or have it crinkle up. You're just slowly moving it until you can see. So as you can see, the transfer start to wiggle off the backing paper. To me, that's my indication that it's ready to be applied to. So now you hold it in the transfer again. You soak the brush in Micro Sol again, and then you slowly push the transfer off the backing card onto the miniature. With the wall still soaked in Micro Sol, it means that you can push it around the transfer until you get it into a position that you want it to be in. So this is a section marking, so I'd imagine that this was put on quite straight. And you can just continue to push the transfer around a little bit until you feel happy with it. So right now, I believe that this is at a nice 45-degree angle to the wall section, and it looks quite straight. It's in the right position. The next thing I do is move on and grab a Q-tip, and I slowly roll this along the transfer, slowly dab at the transfer, and this is to remove any of the excess Micro Sol that is on the piece. You don't want to go at this with a brush. You don't want to put any pressure on this. You definitely don't want to drag or scrape because that might move or tear the transfer. That's not what we want to happen here. You'll see in a second I'll also start to dab at it, which will just make sure it pushes all of the excess liquid from under the transfer and make sure it gets soaked up by the Q-tip. After we're happy that it's in the right position, we move over to the Micro Sol. This is it's a setting solution. So this actually helps the glue and the transfer to kind of harden up and set properly. This is great for any miniature that is going to end up as a gaming piece, anything that you're going to be handling a lot. This solution will stop it from flaking off, chipping or scratching during play. or at least reduce the chance of that happening. So we're all can be quite heavy-handed with our miniatures. Sometimes you think you'll agree. And that's what one transfer looks like applied to my photo backdrop. That's actually what I use this piece of scenery for, to take photographs for things like Instagram and Facebook. And I just wanted to add a little bit of extra character to it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to add a couple other transfers and show you the difference that it can make to a miniature. So I'm not going to show you the steps again, I find that pointless. So I'm just going to apply a few. So this is one of those stunning wanted posters. The guy in this poster is wanted for organ theft, so he's not a particularly nice guy. This transfer has gone on slightly crooked, but I think that actually works brilliantly. Like I said, the section marking was done by some Minotaur worker. It was supposed to be completely straight. This wanted poster was thrown up haphazardly. You can imagine that some poor youth was sent around with 1,000 of these flyers and told him to stick them all over the walls. That was his job. I'd say when he's 600 or 700 posters in, he's getting pretty tired. He's not really worried if they're straight or not. But yeah, I think it adds a lovely piece of character. I'm also going to take the time and add some numerals to the doorways. Every sci-fi movie has a pretty cool stenciled numbers on doors, so we're going to do that really quickly as well. So I've chosen, I think 37 is the numbers that I've chosen. So slowly sliding the 3 off. There it is. Like I said, the walls have the micro sol on it, so I can push them around a little bit into the position that I like. Smooth them out, and it's as easy as that. And there we have it, 4 transfers applied to this piece of scenery in absolutely no time at all. I only used 2 small pots and a brush, and this is the result. As you can see, you can't see any seams or any lines around the transfers. I think they went on pretty well, and I think they added that perfect piece of flair to add onto it. I'm now going to show you some of the other miniatures I've done over the last 2 years and used transfers on. So my military tanks, I've gone to town with their dozer blades, just making them stand out and pop a little bit more. I really think these add a lovely bit of character to any miniature, any tank, any large flat surface that's a bit boring. You can always use transfers to make it look really cool. I really hope you guys like this video, and yeah, thanks a lot. And there we have it, guys. As you can see, transfers are very easy to use, very easy to apply, and very easy to actually blend into the miniature. They no longer look like stickers you just stick onto a thing. You can see the rim around them, that's all gone. The days of those are gone. All you need to do is get those 2 pots that I was talking about in the video, the micro cell and micro set. They are 2 small bottles. You buy them, they will last you years. You don't need to use a lot of them on any project. They're not expensive. They're a great thing to add to your miniature collection. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found it really useful. I hope you will think twice about throwing out your transfers, maybe give it a shot yourself, sticking in on some models and seeing it looking well. So I really hope you guys liked the video. If you did, show me some support, subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and ask me any questions you like in the comments below, and I will do my very best to respond to each and every one of them. See you in the next video, guys. Bye. Remember, the plan is simple. We paint them all.